Good morning from Thailand, chaps. Today I'm going to show you my training for tour of Lanna, and here you can see I've laid it out in an Excel spreadsheet, and here are the different phases of the training. And here's tour of Lanna, starts on the 3rd of December, and here's Monday the 6th of November. So we've got the building phases 1, 2, 3, 3 weeks of just training hard, increasing the training stress score every week, and then just tapering before the tour. It's going to be like 5 easy days, and then 7 days of riding the tour, and then just a recovery ride after the tour. We've got a rest day every Monday, and every Tuesday it's crit sprints. Now, what are crit sprints? It's basically an interval set where you sprint for 20 seconds, you recover for 10 seconds, and then you repeat that for 8 repetitions. And the power that you sprint at is at least 150% of your threshold power, so the power mustn't drop below 150. But I like to just go as hard as I can. I usually start the first one at like 800 watts. I know that's like way over 150, but you've got to dig deep if you want to get the results. So that's what my training is about. I like to keep it really simple, and I know that in racing you have to be able to dig really deep, so you have to do it in training too if you want to be able to do it in racing. So on the Wednesday we've got the Doi Calm intervals. Doi Calm is a pretty short climb. If I'm going max, I do it in about 4 to 4.5 minutes. If I'm going really fast, I go under 4 minutes. But yeah, just the repetitions of Doi Calm, and that works the VO2 max energy system, and it's going to be a good hill for the racing, because I'm going to do some moderate length climbs too. And on the Thursday we've got the endurance at 200 watts and the 10 max sprints. Now my endurance zone is between 195 and 265 watts, so it's just nice lower endurance there, so as not to fatigue the legs too much, so I can do quality efforts. And the max sprints, 10 seconds, go all out. And I like to have a little bit of variety in the max sprint, so I'll do maybe a sprint on a hill, I'll do it on a downhill, on a flat section, in a big gear and a small gear, just to get that variety going, because that's how racing is. You're not always going to sprint in the same conditions. And then we've got the recovery ride on the Friday, just taking it easy, just do the active recovery, get the blood flowing to the legs, preparing me for the next day. The next day is a little bit of a longer ride, 2.5 hours, Deutsche Tech time trial, and then followed by a repetition to the Palace. Usually takes about 15 minutes at sub-threshold pace. Sub-threshold for me is about 320 watts, and for this training I'm training relative to my best threshold power, so as to push me a level higher, whereas if I just train to my current threshold power, I'm not going to be as good. So that's why I like to always push myself to the next level. Then we've got a long ride on the Sunday, 220 watts endurance, so it's an upper endurance ride or a high endurance ride, and that'll just get my aerobic system really conditioned, so that I can just take punishment day in and day out. And as we know, your anaerobic efforts are a function of your aerobic efforts, so it's a great idea to push yourself hard aerobically, push your limits aerobically. I like to do shorter endurance rides. You can do long endurance rides for 10 hours, but I don't find them as beneficial as doing like a 4 or 5 hour ride at a higher wattage. So yeah, so basically what happens every week, it just gets more intense and it gets a little bit longer. So the difference from week 1 to week 2 is 2 extra repetitions of Doi Calm, and the endurance pace goes up for the long ride. And then week 3 we've got 8 repetitions of Doi Calm, and the endurance pace goes up to 240 watts, and then just the recovery week there we do 1 max effort of Doi Calm, so it's just going to be like a TT effort up there. And for the activation, it's just a 1 minute effort with 2 sprints, just get the legs ready for the stage racing. And also the recovery period between the Doi Calm efforts is going to be short, so I like to structure it like this. I do 2 Doi Calms, where the recovery period is you just ride down and you come back up again, so it's a short recovery. It's probably about 3 minutes, and then I do a longer recovery of 8 minutes. So after every second interval I recover for about 8 minutes, and then I just repeat the same sequence. So 2 intervals with a short recovery, and then between 3 and 4 it's a long recovery, and then 5 and 6 is a long recovery, and so forth. So that way I can still get a good amount of power on the efforts, and it also teaches my body to recover quickly between efforts at the same time. So that's the training for 12 Lanna. I didn't plan a certain training stress score for the rides, but I know the training stress score is going to be anywhere from between 700 and 1000 TSS per week. So it's nothing too crazy compared to the Tour de France. It's actually quite little, but the training is really effective, and compared to what I've been doing the last few weeks, or last 2 months, even after Asian Bike Tour, it's going to step up my ability a lot. So yeah, I'm just putting my body on a little bit of training stress, and I'm obviously going to get better as a result of that, and I'm going to be ready for the tour. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a good race. So yeah, that's it. See you guys later.